How's it going, true believers? It's I, Shane, here to give you a review of What If Season 2, Episode 1, entitled What If Nebula Joined the Nova Corps. Before I go any further, please hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell right there to be notified of more videos just like this. And please, if you feel it in your soul, please support me on Patreon. Any little bit you do matters. If I seem a little despondent, it's because, well, I had been recording for a while and then my recording got shut down because Google is stupid. Or should I say this phone is stupid? So, where do I begin? I don't want to go through my whole spiel before about how What If I enjoyed it last year. Didn't seem like a lot of other people did. And now that we're on this hype train of hating the MCU and then Disney being dumb enough to go, oh yeah, we're gonna fire the guy who's Kang, even though people don't know how to read things for themselves. Look up those charges for yourself. We're now in the point where everyone loves to hate on the MCU, even though I do love one thing. This is a rant, since I'm in a rant mood. The Marvels, this movie is a sequel to the Captain Marvel movie, got $1 billion. This Aquaman movie that just came out, sequel to the $1 billion Aquaman movie, did worse than the Marvels, and no one is going out being angry about it. So, shows you what type of landscape social media, especially when it deals with comics, is in. Like what you like, dislike what you dislike, but be honest about it. So, this episode, by the by, I know I'm behind. I know this episode came out last Friday. They're doing an episode a day. I can't keep up with that. Like, seriously, if it was once a week, I'd be able to do it. But once every day, I don't even know if this is working for some people. I know a lot of people are enjoying it. Like, these episodes are really good, but I can't keep up, honestly. So you're gonna get them when I give them to you, and I hope you enjoy the reviews. And so, the premise of this episode: Ronan the Accuser betrays Thanos, beats Thanos. I think he kills Gamora as well. And Nebula is pulled from the darkness by Nova Prime, which we get some very good, it's very good, I don't know what to call them, speeches, but soliloquies from our guy, Jeffrey Rush. I think that's his name. Jeffrey Rush, who plays the Watcher, which, you know what? I'm just Watcher. We'll do it live. I don't care at this point. Jeffrey Wright. There we go. Don't know where Rush came from. One of the things he said, or should I say, I'll tell you the last line he says is, talking about when you're looking for redemption, it begins in the dark. Most quests for redemption begin in darkness, but with a little grit, a little faith in yourself, if you keep the path, you can find your way to the light. And the Nova Corps' motto, their Green Lantern-ish motto, is seek the light, be the light, never stray from its path, which is an oath that Nebula takes very serious. Nebula takes these oaths very seriously. And the entire premise springing from that is that Ronan's going after Xandar. Nova Prime closes off Xandar with a shield, planetary shield, all the way around that stops anything from getting in. It's going to last for 50 years. We're in year 5 of it being up. Well, the sunlight being there, a lot of crime has occurred. Yondu dies. She has to figure out why, because Nova Prime has told her, hey, keep this off the books, but find out what happened no matter what. Which leads into breaking out Jude Law's character, Yon-Rogg, from the Captain Marvel series I mentioned earlier. Captain Marvel movie I mentioned earlier. Getting information from Korg via Howard the Duck, who owns a casino. We also see Groot, Meek there. They all called Rock, Paper, Scissors crew, which is kind of funny when you think about it. And involves a double, triple cross. The whole entire time, Nova Prime knew that the only way that they could get the schematics for the planetary shield to open it up is that you need a cyborg, and there was only one cyborg on Xandar. It's Nebula. She hooks up to this giant Gantz like ball, and does a little bit of magic when she talked to the machine. Opens right up. Well, should I say, not just it opens wide up, but she messed with it so that it opens and then closes on Ronan's ship, essentially saving everybody and then opening up the planet once again. Very, it's kind of lame how Nova Prime bites the dust. It's like it's I don't want to call it cliche, but it's very reminiscent of something like The Fugitive, which is let's talk about some of the homages here. This episode is very Cyberpunk 2099. It's very Blade Runner. A lot of noir elements, especially with Nebula's voice is very very deep. Talking like this, sounding not really kind of alluring, but a little, but not really alluring. I enjoyed Nebula with hair from when T'Challa is Star Lord episode Cha Cha. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that a lot. Catherine Gillian, great job. The only ones who are not reprising their roles as voices are Nova Prime's actress and Vin Diesel's Groot. Fred Tascatore, he's the one doing the voice for Groot. You might know him from doing the voice of Hulk and literally everything that the Hulk is in. Maybe not the original Hulk. I don't know if he was the Hulk from the 90s. But Superhero Squad, Earth's Mightiest Heroes, that crappy Avengers Assemble show that's supposed to be a synergy with what's going on in the MCU. Just don't even get me started on that stuff. Don't even get me started on that. And so, episodes are really good. Like really, really good. The music is amazing. It's synth wave, but it's very reminiscent of a Blade Runner, of a Cyberpunk 2099. Probably one of the best scenes of here was the ensemble coming together. I thought it was going to be like another Guardians of the Galaxy, but they're not. They're not. It's just, Howard the Duck only agrees to help because once Nova Prime opens up for Ronan and then Ronan makes her in charge of everything, he's going to get his liquor license revoked. I rolled my eyes at that. There's some moments of Howard the Duck in the comics that are pretty dang cool. I like Howard all in all, but there are moments like the comic when he's with the 70s Blade. Won't even talk about that, but yeah, there are Howard the Duck moments there, kind of reflectant, like in this MCU moment here. I was talking about how kind of lame it was, how Nova Prime bit the dust. I don't want to call it lame, because it's kind of predictable. It's a big juxtaposition from the beginning of the episode where Nova Prime reached her hand out for Nebula and pulled her from the darkness, and Nebula's reaching her hand. She's on the edge, and she's like, "Give me your hand. Why couldn't you just join me?" Is what she says, because she offered her to join her after they tried to murder her. Literally told the boys to beat her up, shock her, and then they were gonna cut her up into parts. Why would she join you at that point? And she cares about her oaths. She's very serious about her oaths. But why would she join you on that principle alone? And that was her fugitive moment, like the fugitive movie. The oh god, what's the guy called? Harrison Ford. Well, a lot of Harrison Ford references to in this show. Now that I think about it, but jumps over, gets prepared by the guys, gets Yondu's fin because those plans were inside of his arrow with the whistle. Michael Rooker even plays Yondu again, so it's pretty very nicely done. Very nice touches here. But it's so weird that she's on the edge. And why couldn't you join me? And takes out the blaster and shoots. All Nebula does is move to the side, and you miss your opportunity to grab her hand, and you fall to your death. Just ridiculous. Or should I say fall to your demise? These videos aren't monetized yet anyway. But I digress. Easter eggs here. Korg does the Hulk smash moment, talks about how his back is hurting. He did it to Jude Law's Yon-Rogg. He did it to Garant Soul. I'm going to call him Saul for now on. Garant Saul. And Saul should be a bigger deal. Like, he's the only Nova that survived. In the comics, he's the only Nova that survived on Xandar outside of Richard Ryler and Sam Alexander. Dude is the only Nova that survives and becomes the supernova, which Howard calls Nebula later on. He also becomes Nova Omega. He gets all these powers, which I guess it's hard to give him powers when the MCU equivalent to the Novas are just space cops, right? They don't have flight abilities. They do get the cool stars. They call them your stars, but they don't do Nova Blast or parametric shields or fly around or anything like that. So I feel like that's a bit of a cop out. Like, of all the weird things James Gunn does, I'm surprised he just didn't say, yeah, the Nova Corps do the Nova thing. Me? Maybe when the MCU soft reboots after the end of the multiverse saga, maybe we'll get that, right? Uh Another Easter egg, Jude Law, who was a villain for uh aforementioned Captain Marvel movie, which now that I think about it, he's such a lame villain. Um he was captured by Nebula, so that was pretty cool, right? Don't know what he was captured for, but I like that he was captured by Nebula. Maybe she went to Earth, got him, and brought his butt back. Um, her Nebula and Yondu being close, that makes sense because they were close in the secret timeline version of the Guardians movies. Her and him are kind of similar, two blue people with metal attachments. She does the whistle arrow thing pretty dang cool. It also gets his jacket when after she gets repaired. I like that. I like that a lot. Still has those freakishly big black eyes. Who called them big black pools? I think it was Peter Quill. Peter Quill's funny. Where are my other parts? Reverse of Nova Prime. I already mentioned that at the end. Uh, Meek Korg and what's my guy called? Meek Korg and Groot were called Rock Paper Scissors. By the way, this is old Groot, not big old muscle steroid Groot. This is old, nice and skinny Groot. I miss old Groot. Um, I'm pretty sure I got a lot of those points in even faster than I did for the last time I did this video. It's weird that Yondu always has to die. Like, Yondu dies all the time, except when T'Challa is Star Lord, because as we have seen, T'Challa being a better Star Lord just makes sense because Peter Quill is pretty inept. I'm gonna link an article down here talking about why Peter Quill is inept as a character. Because it's so funny thinking about it, how 3 movies he was still seeking validation all the time. I digress because this is about Nebula. Really good episode. I like the feel of this episode being different than what we're used to in MCU. And truthfully, that is something that these movies need. I get that sometimes you don't need to subvert expectations. I mean, look what happened with Star Wars. Someone wanted to subvert expectations and sent it in a downward spiral. You don't need that, but in order for like the MCU to kind of survive, you gotta do different tropes. It's why Winter Soldier is such a good movie. That's a spy movie. That's a Bourne movie in a comic book, right? If we would get something like this, like if we see Nebula again, if Nebula actually got a very cyberpunk noir type of take when they're on nowhere and they have to solve crimes and stuff, that would be cool. I want more of this. And Nebula has rapidly grown into a favorite character of mine, just the way, even from the second Guardians movie, I'm like, I want to see more of this character. And I'm glad we've seen more of this character. But all in all, this was good. This was great. I don't think there's anything that I've forgotten here. No, there's nothing I've forgotten here. I'm wanting to give this a 5 out of 5. I like noir kind of feels. I love how it's a cop episode, but not a cop episode. The fact that she knew that Nova Prime had double crossed her because Nova Prime said go against the oath, and the oath is all we have. It's so interesting because this is a cyborg. She has feelings and emotions, right? But Nebula is so serious about oaths and keeping things how they should be, especially when that is what brought her out of the darkness and made her feel like she could be more than a former Black Order lackey or whatever Garanth Sal's character said. But yeah, all in all, very, very much fun. The time limit of Xandar has until dawn was interesting because they were trying to get it open by dawn for Ronan. So the time, I like that in the background. Time matters. We're technically at night, even though you couldn't tell, and just time moving forward, confined to a single day. Most like a movie. This episode was only 36 minutes too. I I'm okay with that. If this was like a different series where it's like live action people and you kind of want it to be an hour so we can flesh things out, characters we know, different take, I'm okay with this. 5 out of 5 from me. Um, my phone notes also tells me I forgot that Korg was the only reason why she knew what those schematics on Yondu's arrow was. Which again is funny that Korg knows a lot of things. He's just not really fast on the up and up, if you know what I mean. Very, very fun episode. Let me know what you think. Again, I'm sorry if I can't get these out rapidly, but you're going to get them. Guaranteed. This was fun. 5 out of 5. Leave a comment below. I'd love to know your thoughts on it. Please hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to be notified of more videos just like this one. Don't forget, if you want to support me, my Patreon's in the description below. Thank you once again for taking some time out to listen to me talk about the first episode of season 2 of What If. I really hope that we get a season 3. I love these spin-off episodes. I really, really do. Please be good, be blessed. Wash those hands. I hope you had a great Christmas. I hope you have a safe and happy New Year's. Be good to yourself, be good to others. Either way it goes, please don't be a jerk. Remember, there are people out there that care about you, that love you, that want to talk to you today than to miss you and more you tomorrow. So make sure you reach out to someone. All right. This is technically backwards in here, but be kind to your mind. Indeed. Until next time, guys. Until next time, true believers. I can't wait to see it. I think next episode is what if Peter Quill attacks the Avengers? Ooh, that's gonna be a good one. Until next time, Excelsior.